today we're running through your 4 biggest financial fears, and Certified Financial Planner Joe Bert is with us to talk. Always good to see you, Joe. Appreciate you being here. All right, let's talk money here. So Gallup did a survey here. They asked a lot of middle-aged Americans what are your biggest financial concerns.
Right.
It's interesting that bottom line is we're not saving it. We're overspending.
Yeah.
I mean, you can boil all these down to we're just blowing all of our money.
Yeah, we've got a retirement crisis in this country, and the reason being is because our parents and grandparents, for the most part, had a pension when they retired, had some Social Security, the house was paid for. The baby boom generation, your generation, doesn't have that safety net anymore. And so number one issue today is retirement. How do we get there? What do we need to do? And at the risk of sounding self-serving, the first step you need to do is have a plan. You got to know what you need to set aside now so you have some money in the future.
Do you find that to be the case with so many people as they come to you and say, all right, we want to retire at some point, and you say, what's your number? And they have no idea. I mean, is that pretty common?
Well, that's why they come to see us, because they're concerned. The toughest cases that I work on, John, are clients that have already retired, 4 or 5 years into retirement, didn't do any planning, and the wheels are coming off. And then they have to make some very, very difficult lifestyle changes.
Or like going back to work.
Well, yeah, those I'm talking about lifestyle.
Wow.
Yeah, very tough.
All right, so some of these numbers here, let's break these down. 59% of people say they are worried that they haven't saved enough for retirement.
Bingo, that's it. They're not using their retirement plan, they're not maxing out their 401k, they're not using an IRA. And I think the reason being is because people don't think 20, 30 years down the road. Some people have difficulty thinking about tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, let alone 20, 30 years down the road. Time is a great asset. Unfortunately, most people waste it.
Back to that one, though. Do you think a lot of people think that there's going to be that golden ticket down the road? They're going to get an inheritance. They're going to surprisingly get a pension, come into money. Is that pretty common?
Well, there's some of that's out there, but what many people fail to realize is if mom and dad have some money, mom and dad may have some illnesses. The cost of long-term care today is going to eat into whatever mom and dad might leave. So you got to plan for yourself. If you get it, it's a bonus.
Yeah, let's talk about that one. Right. That was the next common concern. 53% of people say they're worried they don't have enough money to cover medical costs. You kind of don't think about that when you're young and healthy.
Until you have that bill. And it's not only medical costs, it's what happens if you become disabled. Your number one asset during your working lifetime is your ability to earn an income. And most people don't have that protected. So you have some maybe disability coverage through your job. Only covers maybe 40, 50% of what your income is. You need some outside disability insurance.
I think I read the other day, 90% of all your health care spending takes place in the last 5 years of your life, something like that.
Yes.
So
you can figure out $250,000.
Wow. All right, next up here, 35% of the folks say, middle-aged say, they're worried about no college fund.
Well, what most people need to do is look at what the college is going to cost and then figure out how the kids are going to help pay for it. Cases I see that are tough ones is when mom and dad paid for the college, paid for the big wedding. Now mom and dad are 50 years old and are flat broke. College today is a big expense. Go to community college, get started with a low expenses, and then from there look at this.
Take care of you first, right? Yeah. You can borrow for college, you can't borrow for retirement.
Perfect.
Make sure retirement's taken care of first.
100% right.
I like that. And then finally here, 16% say they're worried about credit card payments. Back to the overspending issue. Yeah, well, and we're all guilty of it.
We're living in a plastic society. We want it today. We'll figure out how to pay for it tomorrow. Paying that high interest credit card is really bad news.
Yeah, it's tough. All right, once again, Joe Bert, how can people find you?
Just Google me, 2 words, Joe Bert, B-E-R-T.
While he's hunkering down today, he'll answer your emails, right?
Thanks, John.